Good day, sports fans.
Nice weather to play Blood Bowl.
Welcome
My old coach used to say,
to the match
"Keep a
analysis
saurus inside your tackle
for
zone."
Steve and
Battle.
Leafy Mustard.
You'll have difficulty breaking away.
As you can see, based on skills, I came in with a TV advantage, which is one of the things I haven't had most of the year so far. He used his cash to hire a Lonersaurus because one of his was dead, which I actually agree with. I didn't think of it at the time when I was thinking what he could go with because he was a little short for a wizard, so I was debating seeing if he was going to dump into his personal funds for a wizard or just grab the extra reroll, which also could have helped him because if you notice he only has 2 rerolls. On a no-skill Sorai team, that's rough. I don't know if you really want to go all the way up to 3 permanently, but having one to start is pretty nice. I get perfect defense, which helps a bunch. It allows me to position better. I mean, I'm going to have 3 guys get hit here. That's a guarantee based on his lineup. But it allows me to at least shift where my guys are. And even like I threw an assist over here just to say, maybe we can tie up some extra bonus people. Did this over here to basically give him a 1-die if he decides against assisting. So really like try to spread him out a little bit. The real tactic here, because he's unskilled Saurus, is like make him roll as many dice as possible because 1 and 9s are going to kill him with only 2 rerolls. I got lucky right away where he had to spend his first reroll and then he got a push, meaning nothing happened. I chose to stand firm because I didn't want to get pushed back into here and just allow him anything. He got a lot of pushes his first attacks, which is nice.
Well done. You had the
He
ball.
pick up the ball, and as I assumed, he would take it back left. That's kind of why I set up here, because I wanted to force him back this way. Don't really give him much of a sideline to go with. The other nice thing is with my claw werewolves, the plan was to really target one Saurus at a time until I got it out of the game, and then go from there. He does a good job of protecting his skinks at first, but I didn't really want to target him, especially at the moment. So got myself a nice 2-die. I only wanted to push here because the plan was to blitz with Kurt and really be able to take out his, or target one of his Sorai right away. I kind of put myself in a bad position here, which stunk. But we start off. This is the second time on a foul Cadaver's been sent off. He actually went doubles here, so I mean, he really does not like fouling. I'm probably going to stop fouling with him because we got an 8 and a 2, both doubles, and it kind of hurt because I set myself up over here with some bad area. Granted, he probably still would have gotten that 3-die or that 2-die anyway. But stand firm helped. He actually moved his skink way back and over to the left, which was nice. It signaled that I have some time to play around, just don't give him the sideline. Poor Dirge only has 3 MA, so he can only stand up. It kind of stinks. But like, I got him to spread out pretty well here. And with my 2 guard fellows, like, I can still get some pretty good action here.
That's quite a mismatch, Bob.
He knows it, but he really set up his Crocs in a bad position here. I'm surprised he didn't at least move him back a little bit. But there's 1 assist. Standing him's up's a 2nd assist, but I wanted to blitz with him because he was tied up. Get some guard pieces around, so even if he gets up, he won't have anything to do. Before you make this block, you probably want to stand your boys up, get them positioned well. As I said, he's MA3, so I wasn't going to risk anything there, but really make him roll a bunch of dice here.
This player likes to be
Get
well
the
assisted
blitz,
in his fight.
got him down.
What a shame. This big guy should
Got a stun, which was nice, and then position George back here, so he really doesn't have much of a lane to go to, and position Kurt in the middle, which means if he tries to shift field, I do have someone over there. What this ended up doing actually was he wanted to base my werewolf so much to prevent him from getting away. I actually lured one of his Sauruses downfield, which at this point, he's positioned over here. He has 3 on this side, 3 on this side, technically 3 if you count the
Shove it up there somewhere.
Crocs, but I really don't because he's down. And then 3 over here, so he's got 3 and 3 and then 1 up the middle. But with block and him not having it, I am perfectly fine taking this block on a 1-die. And he's slowly moving downfield, but he's only got these guys 2 squares past the line of scrimmage, so he's not really been able to move too much. I debated trying to make a spot so I could surf this guy right here, because if I could get all of his skinks out of town, that would be ideal. And blitzing skinks was one of the plans, especially with my block boys. Got a nice KO to start. Got my 2 guard guys in there, which helps a lot. Got both down, so I had to not do anything there. But at this point, I have a 1-die here. I decided we'd match and get a 1-die here. Block him off. Don't want to give him any assists, so keep him away. The foul I said is more important than the 1-die there. Got the KO on basically a perfect KO roll, so a 9 and a 9, which was great. And ideally, I want to fall with this guy, but he was all tied up. Got both down here. That's why we did block guy with 1-die. Got a stun, so that really set me up where this side's what he wanted. He got 2 1 and 9s that burns his last reroll. Technically stunned me, but we'll take that. So really now I start just trying to break down on him. We've got, as I said, this right here. I could get here and try to surf him if possible. I actually made a mistake because I wanted to move these guys around here to get an assist. And then I could have brought him up the middle, but that follow kind of screwed me there. So I decided to just set these guys up and get a blitz here. Got them both down. Got an injury, which is huge. So it took one of his Saurus out for the rest of the game. And then moved my werewolf up pretty aggressively because all of his guys were based at this point. So he can hit me, but to actually get a blitz here, he'd have to probably blitz with the ball carrier, use the ball carrier to provide an assist, which I knew he wouldn't want to do. So this was rough because I got poor George stuck over here in a corner. And not having rerolls, that hurt him a bunch. So now I'm just trying to get dudes on the ball. And his skinks are exposed, which is great. So I decide we're going to blitz a skink, get a tackle zone here. Even he has dodge here, but right now I have 2 unbased players on the ball, so he can only knock one of them off unless he just gets a scatter. Just move him a little bit to prevent him from going that way. Go for a pickup and get it, which is great. At this point, he can reach me with skinks, and that's all. But he has to dodge. I go for it to just get to a point where this skink can only base me, and this one can't really reach me. Unless he wants to do a bunch of dodges. He gets both down on my loner, which is incredibly nice because it allows me to stall a little bit and hit some of his skinks. So that's what we'll start doing now. Cancel this guy out because the blitz plan's right up there. Get it both down. Another knockout. So by limiting his skinks, it even helps, you know. He's going to struggle picking up the ball. Get some base in, so now he really has to, like, he can't even reach at this point with this guy because he has to get away. Use the block guy again. Get another knockout, so now he's really struggling. I mean, we broke a lot of armor here. It was exciting. Getting this guy's way. He can't reach me this turn, but if he stands up, then I can just smack him right away. Dodge worked, but this actually gets him out of position as well, so he can't get there. And then move up one more, so now I know I'm totally safe until the next turn. Push here doesn't really help. Push there actually helped them a good deal, because otherwise I could have really gone at this one. He gets a very good negative or half die roll there and gets the KO, which is nice because he gets away and gets that. His other half die roll, not so much. I don't really want to take this block because I don't have block. Probably should have anyway, honestly. Like, he's now tied up. I debated positioning him right there, but I said we're gonna make it so the skinks really like can't get to me. Do the blitz on the skink instead. This is good. Move him down one, and now I can get a nice little two die here. Get the frenzy, get the KO. Now everything's looking great. He only has 3 Sorai. They're all in tackle zones. And none of them can reach. Send him back even farther. So now I know. Next turn I'm just basically going to try to score unless I can get a 3 die. I see this right here and say we can probably get a surf, which is worth it. I do get a little greedy here. He gets a skull, which 1 in 6, I mean, that happens. That's why I tried to make him make so many blocks early to bleed him out of rerolls.
That's a
So there's 1 assist. There's 2 assists, which puts me there. I get a 3rd just for funsies. Blitz with George. I got a little SPP greedy here. Went for the both down just because it's a skink. Didn't work, but we'll take it. And get the score. Last turn, so he only gets 1 shot to get all these guys back, which was big in my mind. His rolls were pretty good. So my guy doesn't get up. He gets 1 skink out, and that's all, which is really nice. So he got 4 of the 5 guys back. Just the skink down. He does have the injured Saurus, which helped me a lot. And now it's my turn with the ball. I was really excited when I saw this Crocs on the line, because I have claw, I have block, I have 2 guard pieces. So with 2 guard pieces and 3 strength, I can get a 1 die on him, and he doesn't have block. So that's a pretty safe block right there. With a 2nd assist, I get 2 die. Set this guy up so once I push him over, we get a nice little follow opportunity here. protect from the blitz. That's why these guys are out here, so he can't just run around and mark more dudes. George is going to be my ball carrier because he needs some SPP. Quick snap, which I didn't really get to do too much with. Decided to play a little safety here. Figured I'd base him. Yeah, I get hit, but again, try to bleed out some rerolls early.
Come on, guys.
Instead, I get the 1 and 9, but still get him down. Get a KO quick, which puts me up big because that's 2 Sorai down right away. Push this guy off, which is unfortunate, but that does allow that guy to be the assist. Get them both down.
Struggle between brain versus draw. Brain wins.
Secure the ball, because the next thing's going to be a foul with all these assists. It bases me, but it's loner on loner. I don't care if I lose that guy. And then got a 10 and a 9, so we'll take that all day, every day. And that gave me a nice little 2-die blitz opportunity with block and cut an injured skink. Put my niggled guy in some danger, but I figured if we can get his skinks off again, like there's no way he can actually pick up the ball to score on me. He does a pretty good job here of getting around my boys. It happens. I committed a lot to the line, so I didn't commit much to the back. Those dodges were amazing. I don't even know how that worked, but it did. And had this been a down with break armor, I would have been in trouble because he would have had extra dudes on the ball. Right now, I can easily blitz this guy off. He gets a nice 1-die there, but if we're forcing his Sorai into 1-die, especially on a loner, we're already doing fine. Especially he's going into 2 guard. So, blitz early just in case I need the reroll and actually get the down and the KO, so that was ideal.
Maybe we will see him on the pitch later.
I know right now he's tied up, so I'm going to build my cage around here. I know these skinks will want to come in, so I position that there. That was an unfortunate push. But I did get that. So I'm slightly exposed from the back still. But we're still hammering him pretty hard, and we've got all of his big guys based or down, which is really the big thing here. That could have almost been a blitz just to get him over here to base a few of my guys. But with that push, he can't really get through without dodges. He decides to not re-roll the GFI and gets knocked out. So now he's down to 1 skink who's easily targetable. So after I get my boys in safety, that is what I am going to do. This was a mistake. I should have put him here. That actually bites me later. I also could have moved 1 slot to the left, which would have forced him on a different route as well. Unfortunately, just a push. Should have followed there. Over there would have been a better spot to be, but move our guard boys in. Oh, got hit hard there. That hurt because I was going for a little bit of a push play to just position better. That guy's obviously not a problem, but the fact that I could have taken both down and got them both down was annoying. He got some other, used the dodge, but I got his good rolls there. Failed that. Rerolled this and got a 5 on a blitz.
Can the player force possession of
One more
the ball
turn,
over
or had I been to the left one more, that probably doesn't happen. So we'll learn that and analyze next time. And I get stunned, which is going to make it hard to pick up the ball. Had I not been stunned, that wouldn't have been so horrible. Anyway, we'll knock over that guy, which will give me a good, nice little 2-die right there. I decide right now I don't really want to get my guys hit, so I move him back a little bit. I don't know if that was the right call in hindsight. I probably should have just continually made him roll. Blitz is the most important here, so that's what we do. Go here to keep 2 tackle zones on the ball. Get them both down. Decide we'll take the both down. We won't waste the reroll with a tackle zone on the ball. Personally here, I would have blitzed this guy off with the Saurus to give a free pickup, but he wanted to get a guy downfield, which is never a bad idea, especially when you're down 1 and there's a free ball sitting out there. So he gets the pickup, gets the dodge, and then decides just to throw it way downfield and gets us a 6, which I was just like, are you kidding me? Because that really, like, that's going to make it tough for me to score in 4 turns. Decide that he's going to pay, and by paying, I mean I'm going to base, or I'm going to surf his last remaining skink, because that is really the only scoring threat he has to pick up the ball pickup threat. So I get a push, decide to take that. Put him straight in. Wouldn't have really broken armor, so I'm glad I took the push, because that would have been a 4 and a 2, which would have been just 1 short. He blitzes me. I'm really surprised he didn't go for the pickup here. Oh, he did. Okay. Never mind. This scared the crap out of me, by the way, because he's basically gone if he picks that ball up. But he didn't, thankfully. Which set me up in a pretty good position, because now I can at least get tackle zones on the ball. So we start moving everybody back in panic. Should have just based this, but, you know, you live and you learn. Do a double GFI there. I have 1 reroll left, so I'm like, we don't really want to use this or lose this. Puts off the Sorai. Again, thought about putting him up there, which I probably should have done. Because a base there means he can't get over here. At this point, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and blitz him into the ball and push him if he wanted. And the push will potentially scatter to the Sorai, who could walk in. So that's probably his best play. He chooses to take it, gets the push, does not get the scatter, thankfully, so I get a tackle zone on the ball, decides to go with a push there. So he gets a tackle zone on the ball, does expose some of his dudes to some pain. So I'm happy with that right there. I've now got a 2-die right here. Take it, get it. Cloud is not coming to effect. Throw a guard guy on the ball. Get a nice little tackle zone there. Get that. Right now it's turn 15, so as opposing to bring this guy down and potentially do some stuff or blitz there, I choose to move him over here to give myself a scoring threat. And then move my flesh golem right next to him to give him some protection and get in the way. Decide the double GFI, get the base, which is even safer. He takes the 1 die, but with him taking the 1 die, what he's not doing is getting anywhere near my werewolf. He does a little blitz action, which is unfortunate for him. His 1 die doesn't work. Another 1 die that doesn't work. Now here's tricky because I gotta get the ball into Kurt's hands so he can at least get down here to try a throw. Everything works out well there. Get a nice little ball down.
This is going to be decisive.
1 die, I just needed a push, so I take the push.
And it did
But I
not.
fail to pick up. Quite unfortunate. Reroll there works. And then we fail to catch. Critical.
Well, that was just very
Luckily it
simple.
scatters into my zombie's hand and he catches it. So I just use Kurt to do a blitz. Knock all of his guys off, meaning he only has 1 guy who can score right now. I mean, that's a 1 die. That guy, make that even less. And move him here. Technically expose him to a 1 die blitz, but probably wasn't going to happen.
They kissed the dog.
And he gets a double both down, and that ends the game. Well, thanks for watching. Nocturnal got the MVP. Can't complain, because we can go, if he gets any more SPP, he can be a dirty player. We had a bunch of ball possession, 38 blocks to his 39. I had 8 KOs to his 1. Concentrated on the skinks and used claw effectively. 2 injuries inflicted, which was nice. 50 yards running, which is always fun. Yeah, you guys have seen all this. He had an extra KO sustained because of that GFI, which was huge. SPP, he only got his MVP. I got 5 on Kurt, 2 for an injury, 3 for a touchdown, 2 on Krob for an injury, and then the MVP. Well, thanks for watching. Talk to everybody later.